Hi, I'm so happy you're here. In this video, we'll dive into how to recognize a healthy relationship when you're a fearful avoidant, because it's super confusing when you're in a healthy relationship, because you're super scared that the fact that you don't feel enough and sometimes your feelings are just not there means that the relationship isn't right. And that could not be further from the truth when you are a fearful avoidant in a healthy relationship. So that's what we're going to dive into. You are afraid that the stress and the tension that you feel means that the relationship isn't right, or that something's off, or that something's missing. Sometimes you even feel repulsion. You really might be even scared that the relationship isn't healthy, because why else would you have this? Why would you have all these intense fear reactions? It doesn't really have to do anything with your relationship at all. And the pain and trauma of a fearful avoidant attachment style actually really comes out in healthy relationships the most, which makes it so confusing. Because what you are really afraid of is the connection, and that is only possible with a partner that is committed and loyal, which are signs of a healthy relationship. So this makes it really hard to recognize a healthy relationship when you have a fearful avoidant attachment style. So let's break it down. What are the signs of a healthy relationship? First of all, he or she is committed to you. There's no games, there's no, going back and forth. They don't just say it, they show it. They are there for you. They are all in. They show up when you need them to, and they do what they say they are gonna do. And nobody's perfect. Sometimes we fuck up, but in 90% of the cases, this is true. They try to understand you, even when they can't sometimes, when they have a hard time too. They are supportive in whatever growth process you are going through, and you completely feel yourself and can be yourself around them, which actually can feel really scary. And they are predictable and safe. They can regulate their own emotions, which sometimes to the fearful avoidant actually feels boring. And you feel like you're missing drama. You feel like you're missing that spark, which might actually be a good thing. So you actually want to find somebody that is securely attached, as a securely attached partner will help you heal this fearful avoidant attachment style. And it is your pathway to true and meaningful love. Doesn't mean any of the insecure attachment styles won't work. It's just a lot harder. There's a lot more, totally lost the word. There's a lot more challenges. That's the word I was looking for. There's a lot more challenges with the insecurely attached. It can work, absolutely, but this is the beauty of being in a healthy relationship. This shit comes up, it feels confusing, it's really hard, you have a lot of fear and stress and tension, but it's actually a really good place to be, and a pathway to healing and a pathway to really beautiful love. But you are focused on feelings, thinking that the more in love you feel, the better the relationship is, and that's just not true. It's not that the more feelings you have or the more intense your feelings are, the more right the relationship is. That's just really not true. And in a lot of cases, it's actually quite the opposite, that when you have really intense feelings, it might actually not be a very healthy relationship. And it's actually that the ones that are insecurely attached that will give you the most intense feelings. Crazy, right? So with the dismissive avoidant attachment, which is another insecurely attached style, you are in control of the connection, since you have to work to get their attention, their love, their connection, because most of the time they're pretty aloof and standoffish. So this can give you a high when you do get that approval, when you do get that moment of connection, or when they do open up to you. That can actually physically give you a sense of a high. And you work for it, so you are in control, which makes it easier to give yourself. when you are in control, it's really good for your fear brain, because that's where it thrives. So it's easier to give yourself. But in the end, it's really draining to always have to work for love and approval. So that's pretty hard in a relationship with a dismissive avoidant. With the anxious preoccupied attached, you feel really needed, and you can find security in that. And because of that, you can have pretty intense feelings. And you can feel overwhelming love if you get to take care of somebody else, because there is a sense of security in that they won't leave you, they won't reject you as long as they need you. And also, when somebody is in need of care, they can't or they won't be as scary. And that's what the fearful avoidant is scared of, that the person they love is also a source of fear. So in a relationship with an anxious, preoccupied, attached person, that fear lessens because you see somebody that really, really needs you. But also, that's also pretty draining, and it's not a very healthy dynamic that you want to have for the rest of your life, that you need to take care of them, because that keeps them in a powerless position. And when they reclaim their power or find their strength, that makes you feel really scared. And again, it can work with both, but it just takes a lot of work from both of you. So a securely attached partner and a healthy relationship can actually feel unsafe for the fearful avoidant, as crazy as that sounds, since that is the only type of relationship that a true connection is really possible, and not just a sense of being needed or getting the high of approval, which is not really connection. And it's even debatable if that's really love or just filling a kind of need you have. So it's really important to realize this, that you will actually possibly feel the most tension and fear in a healthy relationship. And it's so important to know that, because if you know this, you get a chance to heal. If you know this, you get a chance to heal that attachment style in a healthy relationship, instead of just focusing on the fact that you have the belief that fear and tension in a relationship is not right, and you should be feeling way more in love and way more longing and way more attracted to your partner. This is actually logical. It's very normal for the fearful avoidant to feel a lot of stress and tension and fear and confusion in a healthy relationship, but it is the place to be if you want to heal. So if you want to know more about how to heal this, watch this video right there. And if you want to know the lesser known causes of the fearful avoidant attachment style, watch that other video. I'm not sure where it is. I really hope this was an eye-opener for you. Let me know in the comments what you recognized, what was new, and let me also know your wisdom around this. I always want to know. Just remember that you are so very worthy of love, not just of being needed or working for love and approval. You are worthy of love exactly as you are.